I'm so excited. You just answered a lot of my questions I already came with, that I don't have to address those. I have a question right now about, because I've thought a lot about the transition.
Before you go further,
Okay.
we want to explore this as fully as you like, but we
Yes.
would like to say to all of you, we are not wanting you to turn this forum or your life into an understanding of non-physical. We want you to understand it briefly, and we want you to get on with what you were about. You came here for really important reasons, and if you had any idea how much you wanted to be in these bodies, you wouldn't be all the time speculating what it's like to be out of them. Just dig in there and live your life, and be consciously aware of the reveling that we are doing with you, you see. But it's like Esther said to Jerry, I can't find you. Where are you? I can't find you. I can't find you. And then he'd knock a book over and he'd knock another book over because he so wanted her to understand that he was aware of her. And finally, once she settled down a little bit, and she said, I think about you all the time. And he said the most important thing for putting this in the context of what we're wanting you to get. How do you know it's you thinking about me and not me thinking about you? Wow. And that's the thing that we want you to understand. We want you to understand the source is always, 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 always with you. And we're using the word source because there are too many names to name in all of that. Always, always with you. But what Esther discovered, and this is such a big piece, when she was missing Jerry and trying to figure out what he was doing, sort of looking upward or outward, trying to get into the non-physical mindset, trying to understand what it must be like for him. She just got lost in the process. But when she got focused upon what mattered to her and forgot about him not being there, and then felt the fullness of him joining her in that moment, in that thought, then she began to understand what non-physical really is. It's not out there apart from you. It is focused with you and through you. And when you know it consciously, it will be more satisfying. That's the only reason we tell you this. You don't need to know any of this in order to live happily ever after. And we don't want you to get freaky and start talking to your friends all the time about non-physical. Most of the world isn't ready for it. Just know it. Esther said, Abraham, do we want to write a book? Do we want people to know what it feels like? Do we want to help them through their grief? Or do those words really help anyway? Are people just going to have to figure it out when they're in the middle of it? And we say, yeah, people are just going to figure it out when they're in the middle of it. So what we really want all of you to do is just find something about this physical world that you are focused in, and that you are focused in with meaning and purpose and deliberate intent. Get focused on it, and let as many of us join you as you are able to allow, and let's all get on with what you are about, you see. Stop looking to us. Look where you are, and let that which is us join you where you are. Make your music, make your magic. Build your websites, build your houses, find the things that are fun, be together, dance in the streets, play with your children, live life on purpose. Nothing is broken, nothing needs to be fixed, nothing needs to be replaced. You're here with all of these resources in order to combine together with your deliberate intent about what you would like, and all of us are standing by ready to assist you in every possible way. You have unlimited resources at your fingertips. And you are not, for the most part, recognizing it and understanding it. But those who do are having a lot of fun.
Well, I'm wanting to have some fun. I'm getting ready to retire, and I'm thinking about that.
That's the opposite of what we were just saying to you. Oh. Well,
no, I'm going to have more fun. I'm looking
when
to
you
what
say,
lies ahead
when
of
you
me.
say I'm retiring, retire and withdraw are the same word. I'm withdrawing from something that I don't want to do.
Okay.
And so find a new word. I'm getting on with life, or I'm being born anew, or I'm just getting ready to dig in. Don't focus on what you're stopping, but think about what you're starting.
I have been thinking about a different word. So
all right, we've used up most of your time, so get on with it.
Well, my question is, brother, maybe this isn't relevant now.
So it's the way we see it. But we've enjoyed this interaction immensely. Seriously.
Thank you.
She's going to do it anyway.
So my question is, can we determine can we determine then when we, as long as we want to stay in this body?
Yeah, but it's a blending of all that you are. It's a blending of the whole picture, in other words. So, and that question always comes from someone who's not ready to go.
No, because I'm excited about what lies ahead.
And as you are excited about what lies ahead in this physical format, as this is the place that's calling you, then sure, you'll stick around, and all that is non-physical will flow with you, through you, to you. But you know that you are an eternal being, and that that is a vantage point that is intoxicating also. That's a vantage point that calls you to. But that's the last subject in the world that a room full of physical beings wants to talk about. It's sort of like talking to a little girl just as she's old enough to start, and you say, you know, you're going to grow up. You're not always going to live here. And your mother's going to turn your bedroom into a sewing room. And your body's going to change. But it'll be all right. In other words, it's sort of, that's the conversation that we want to have with you. You are all eternal beings, and you're mostly non-physical, and you're going to croak, you're going to croak, you're
and
you're going to like it. Okay, you're going to like it. You're going to enjoy the fullness of who you are. You're going to adore re-emerging back into the fullness of who you are. And you're going to love continually focusing in the arena in which you were interested. You're going to like haunting humans. You're going to really, really like that.
But actually, that's not my question about the refocusing. It's until we do, can I bypass the aging process? Can I bypass an aging body? A lot of people, most people I know, their body starts deteriorating. I want to bypass
So what's your belief? What's the belief that you practice?
Enjoying my body and my physical body.
No, the belief that you're practicing just, that you said, most people I know. Most people I know. And so when we say to you that if this time-space reality can give birth to a desire within you, and you can find vibrational alignment with that desire, then you have the wherewithal to accomplish that. Okay. Yes, no exceptions to that.
Good. I heard that, no exceptions.
But when you focus upon something where there is so much evidence to the contrary, you put yourself in a compromised position. So that's why we're encouraging all of you to start with easier things, like finding parking places and things like that. Start with easy things until you show yourself the power of your focus and what you can accomplish with it.
And what about the beasts? I have a dog that's getting older. Is she going to decide when she's ready to leave?
Yes, and she'll do a much better job of it than any of your human friends.
I wanted to hear that.
You'll make it hard for her. The more domesticated she is, the more she too will struggle with that. Because especially the animals, when you see they come forth, they're really eager, they're really frisky, and almost in the moment that it isn't fun, they're ready to bolt into traffic. You see, you think we're kidding?
No.
In other words, because they're not worried about their eternalness. They're not worried about their worthiness. They know that they are eternal, and they know that there's another and another and another and another and another. And because when they are in their physical body, they are intertwined with their non-physical counterparts, they don't really notice the difference between being physical and non-physical. That's really worth thinking about. You will never get in the mind of an old dog and have him worrying about the death process, not one time ever. But you may find him reemerging into non-physical and rediscovering his friskiness, you see.